Afternoon, everyone. Rather than me sitting in front of the camera, I said I'll do a little something different this time and try to get a good video of the actual tank itself and get a chance to see the fish swimming around. Sometimes the week is so busy where I really just don't get a chance just to sit back and just look at the beauty of it and take it in for what it really is because of our day-to-day routine and all that good stuff. The fish swimming around, hunting for food, different type of fish in here. I got a blue hippo tang, pretty ferocious eater. I got a yellow tang, I got a sailfin tang around there somewhere. I got some Talbot damsels, there are about 10 of them in here. Had 11, but one never made it out of quarantine, so he died right at the day they were supposed to come out. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, there are 10 Talbot damsels in there. I have 2 azure or coupang damsels in there. Yellow bottom, blue top. They're pretty nice fish. I also have 4 chromis in here. Now let's just see how long they last. Generally, chromis are like the Highlander. There can only be one. So, you know, I might get lucky this time and be able to have them for a couple years. But if I don't, I'll probably just try to restock them. They're really a beautiful fish. So, got that yellow tang right there. Not sure if I mentioned him. Somewhere in the back there are 2 clownfish. You know, clownfish are literally the staple of any saltwater tank. Those guys have been with me for quite a while. Most of the fish have been with me for quite a while, with an exception of the 4 chromis. Those are the new additions. So I want to see how long they're going to last. I was able to keep 8 in my 150 for about maybe 2 years, but by the time I took it down, there was just one. And he disappeared somewhere, never found the body. I stopped looking after a while. I also have 3 pajama cardinals. They've been with me for quite some time. In fact, they are ancient. They're probably one of the oldest fish, along with the yellow tang in the fish. The yellow tang in the tank. So, otherwise, everyone gets along. The blue damsels, the coupang damsels, which is really funny, they're okay with each other, but they like to chase the chromis around sometimes. So sometimes they can be jerks, sometimes not. It depends, I guess. The Talbot damsels will chase each other around sometimes, but you know, it's a nice community tank. There's really not too much aggression in here, and I'm able to have inverts like snails, turbo snails, all that good stuff without anyone picking on them. So let's try to do a close-up and see if we can see some of the coral that I promised last week, but they were just closed. So this is a 210-gallon tank, and I got a lot of real estate to cover. So it's like when you have a big home and you're shopping for furniture and you try to furnish off one room and decorate one room at a time. Well, I try to go out and buy a couple pieces of coral, you know, every week, every weekend, and it's going to be a little bit journey, but for the most part, I'm enjoying it. So let's get a little bit closer up and so we can take a look at this big tree, this Poicci coral, pokey, posse, whatever. But anyway, let's get some close-ups. All right, this big green tree is a nice size coral here. I can't figure out how to pronounce it, pokey, posse. You can see underneath that it's starting to STN simply because I don't think there's enough light getting up under there. I think it's shading itself, you know, but hopefully I can get some more light up under there, turn the radions up a little bit, and get adequate lighting in there. So this is another nice little coral. I don't know the names of all these corals. I won't even pretend to. I'm starting a Euphilia garden here. Once everything opens up, we'll be able to really see it grow out. Yeah. I had to wait to start trying to really put coral in here until I could get past that algae stage. And now that I'm kind of past it, I can start stocking. I wouldn't want to stock anything in here and the algae stage was still at its peak. I love green slimers. I ended up having to replace my green slimers. I do have some in the frag tank, which I will try to put back over here. One of my favorite corals is actually this little bitty frag of this red Montipora. I don't know how it's going to show up, but it's really nice red. And this bird nest is really, really pretty as well. And let's see. So I'm a Montipora lover. I love Monties. Look at that green one right there. He's really big. He's on the comeback. I do have some that are STNing, but I don't want to give up on them and toss them out of the tank. I never give up on a coral until it's absolutely necessary. So I'm going to keep him there. He's still growing, so there is going to come a time where I just chop off the STN part, the white part, and just glue it back in where just the living tissue is. It won't be today, I can tell you that. This one is the same over here. As you can see, this one is beginning to encrust over the rock, which is good. So that red digi right there, I'm not sure if you can really see that red digi. That thing is really beautiful in person. And I have another red Montipora. It looks orange for some strange reason, I guess, but it's really nice. I also have a trumpet coral. He's a little small fella. Hopefully he'll get bigger. I have a devil's hand leather right there as well. I have to use my Fritz glasses as a gel filter. I'm still trying to learn how to get the best colors out of my DSLR camera. I am not a photographer by any means. So, oh, another one of my favorite coral, this Duncan's. I love a Duncan's. I have a couple of them in here. I have this one, and also right up above this green hammer, I have one set here. This guy is nice and big. I also have a a trumpet coral right there. So, and that's it. I have a mushroom down here. I don't know what it is doing. It is going off the plate. I don't know. It started off as 1. Now it's 3. I don't know what's happening with it. I forget the name of this one right here. It's like a jack-o'-lantern something. But anyway, that's it. So now that the algae bloom is over with, the tank made 1 year old. 1 year old, and what was it, January? No, December, I'm sorry. It made 1 year old in December 2020, and I feel like I can just go ahead and just start trying to stock it a little bit. But when you have this much real estate, this much rock, it is a lot. So I will be putting more coral in here. I try to buy a couple pieces every single week and put some in here, but there's a lot of rock in here. There's a lot of real estate to cover. I want that nice full size tank where you look like you just can't stick another piece of coral because it's just jam packed with coral. Eventually I'll get there. I also gotta say that I am loving these ice cap 4K gyres. I don't know if you guys can see, but if you look at the top of the water, it is really pushing that water. I have on the right hand side, I have 2 MP40s, well, not side by side, they are spaced a little bit to push the water. On the left hand side, I have only 1 MP40. I got to get one more on the left hand side to match, so I'll have 4 MP40s and 2 gyres, but as of right now I got 2 gyres and 3 MP40s. But I get good water movement for the most part, so I cannot complain. I get decent water movement for the most part. I'm trying to bring my nitrates down at this point because I don't know what made them skyrocket. Generally my nitrates are like 5, you know, that's where they generally are. Ever since I've had this tank, they've been about 5 after the cycle. But now they're at 25 ppm, so I don't feed that much. I generally feed twice a day, and I'm not really heavy-handed anymore. When I first started the hobby about 5 years ago I was, but now I'm not. But something's going on because my nitrates are so high. So I am dosing Microbacter 7 to try to help bring those nitrates down. My phosphates skyrocketed too, so I'm not sure. I had a bunch of Mexican turbo snails in there. I don't know if they just all died or started to break down or whatever, but yeah, I got to get those macronutrients down. So I had to bring those nitrates down. So I've been dosing Microbacter 7, and they're coming down a little bit. My phosphates are generally 0.08. That's not too high. My nitrates literally are still 25. So I'm just going to wait patiently and just wait for them to come down. I don't want to start vinegar dosing. I will not be using any no-pox. Every time I use no-pox, I end up with dinos. I don't know if I'm overdoing it, overdosing it, or what, but I just end up with dinos, and I'm going to stay away from no-pox. And the fact of it is I have like a really big bottle of it, brand new, and I refuse to use it. I've heard of people sugar dosing. I've heard of people using vodka. I might try one of those just to bring the nitrates down, but I'm not sure how they will affect the phosphates. So yeah, so that's it. I enjoy watching the tank. It's nice just to be able to see everything just swim around and see everybody out and about, and looks like the blue damsels are being jerks. So anyway, guys, have a rest of the day and take it easy and enjoy your Saturday. Peace.